And because of how simple this sounds, some of you are probably thinking, hey, life isn't that easy for me. Not everything can be that black and white. It was Steve Jobs who said simple can be harder than complex. You have to work really hard to get your thinking clean and make it simple. But it's worth it in the end. Because once you get there, you can move mountains. And I have a framework that I'll share that once you apply it, you'll learn how to think about it and start using it daily.
You've heard the expression, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Is that really true, or is it just some quotation people throw out to make you feel better when you're going through a difficult challenge? This next 10-minute talk will prove the power of that statement, and yes, it is true, at least for James Golden. Have you ever been in a situation facing an illness that nobody seems to be able to help you solve, where the pain is so great and the distraction is so great that you just can't stand it anymore? That's exactly what happened to James. When he was facing a combination of illnesses that caused his organs to shut down, his breathing became so difficult, he was in constant pain, and life was just so miserable. This went on for over 2 years. That is until March 23rd, 2021, when James said, "This is one of the best days of my life." Because on that day, he told his wife, Stephanie, that he was going to kill himself. He said it felt so good to be in control of his life finally and end all the suffering. They cried, they talked, and James spent the next few weeks making videos about his pending death, getting all of his financials in order, writing his will and family trust, and all the things that are necessary when death is approaching. Then on April 19th, something happened, and he experienced an epiphany, and a 5-word statement came into his mind. Those 5 words not only saved his life, they carried him to an even higher level of success and happiness, far greater than he ever imagined possible. James will share those 5 words with you and what happened the day they came to him. Today, James owns a growth agency called Vision Tech Team, which is made up of a team of over 40 people who help companies grow and grow fast. And the last listing of Inc.'s 500 fastest growing companies in America, 12 of them are James' clients. All are in the information and physical product space. A day doesn't go by that he doesn't use that 5-word statement, and it's key to everything that has happened in his life since that day it came to him. His objective is simple, to have you use this 5-word statement every day of your life. If you do, you'll never be in a situation where you're thinking of taking your own life, because you'll see your life as wonderful, filled with joy and happiness. James' title is a 5-word statement, how you can be happy in spite of everything happening around you. Please give it up, James Golden.
Thank you, Joe. You did great,
Thank
man.
you, sir. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Hey, guys, you mind if I move just some stuff? Thank you so much. Part of my speech is just to slam your shit. And, yeah. All right. Thank you very much. What if I told you that there wasn't a personal or business problem in the world that couldn't be solved by 5 words? I'm curious, by a show of hands, how many of you do things you don't want to do? Oh, really? Raise your hands. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah. 3 years ago, I'd have raised my hand as well. But today, I'm going to share with you the 5 words that completely transformed my life, tripled my net worth, and allow me to show up in a big way for those who count on me. I want to be very clear. This was a very expensive lesson to learn. It cost me my money, my health, and my life. It cost me everything. But today, it's only going to cost you 10 minutes of your undivided attention. So let's dive in to how a series of misfortunes, followed by a life-altering terminal illness, has brought me more joy than any other life experience to date. I'm going to take you through a quick journey, one that lasted over 3 years in real life, but I'll do my best to summarize in just a few minutes. Imagine yourself, it's 2019, your entire body is shutting down. You have major issues with your left lung, liver failure, thyroid failure, kidney failure, and brain edema. None of the 196 doctors you've seen could tell you how to fix what's wrong.
Hey, I hope you're enjoying this video, and I want to let you know that I have a new book that's come out, and if you'd like to get it absolutely free, there's a link below in the description, or you can wait till the end of this video, or you can simply go to joesfreebook.com and you can get a copy there.
Only that you should get your affairs in order and plan for the worst. At this point, you'd spent almost $1 million out of pocket and over 9,000 hours spent on trying to heal. Fast forward to 2021. Nothing changed. Every day is torture. At that point, you're just praying for death. A few months go by. The date is March 23rd, 2021. You finally get a moment of clarity. You decide to talk to your significant other. She's actually in the back right over there. You say, "My love, this isn't getting any better. I'm draining our finances and being tortured to death. For our family, I think I'm going to kill myself." It was the only sense of control you felt in years. Now, if you told that to most people, they'd try to lock you up in a mental institution. But your partner didn't. Instead, they told you, "I love you, and I understand. But let's spend the next 30 days getting ready. Let's stop trying to heal and only do things that you find fun. After those 30 days, we can make a decision as a family." And over the next 30 days, you do. You get your affairs in order. You shoot videos for your mom, your brother, your partner, your friends, and your team. You wanted them to know that they will be taken care of and not to worry about you after you pass. You get a will and a trust. You talk to your employees about what the business is going to look like when you're gone. You do several hours of research on what the most painless way to kill yourself is. It's heroin. It is heroin. Yeah. You also start doing things you've always wanted to do. It's hard to imagine the free time you get when you stop trying to save your life. This is the best 30 days you've ever had. You finally get to do everything on your bucket list. You get to have long, deep conversations with your partner, your family, and your friends. The type of conversations you can only have when you know the end is near. You feel the most free you've ever felt. Like you open the door to the torture chamber room. You start to live by the 5 words that I'll reveal to you in a minute. And the craziest thing happens. You start to feel a little better. Not 100% all at once, but little by little. Enough to postpone killing yourself. Obviously, I'm here. Fast forward to 1 year later, which is around today, and I am almost 100%. Over the course of your 3-year ordeal, you get a gift that sadly many people in the world do. You get to find rock bottom, the place where life doesn't have value anymore. And you find 5 deceivingly simple words that have solved every problem you've ever had. Are you ready for the big reveal?
Yeah.
Good hooks, right?
Drag it out a little longer.
Yeah. The biggest question you ask yourself before you do anything now is, does this bring me joy? But it's worth it in the end. Because once you get there, you can move mountains. And I have a framework that I'll share that once you apply it, you'll learn how to think about it and start using it daily. It will make you wonder how you lived your life any other way. Here's the framework. It's very simple. You ask your question, does this bring me joy? If not, can I delegate it to someone that will find joy in it? If not, can I personally reframe it to find joy in it? If not, get rid of it like your life depended on it. So let's apply it to 5 real life examples. The first example, how many of you hate firing people? By a raise of hands. Come on, there's got to be more than that. How many people hate firing people? All right, yeah, me too, right? So I ask myself, does this bring me joy? Hell no, right? Hell no. Can I delegate it? Not sustainably. Does it need to be done? Yes. So how can I reframe letting someone go to bring me joy? Here's how I did it. I hopped on a call with someone recently that needed to be let go. I asked them, hey, is this job bringing you joy? You know what they said? Hell no, right? I said, that's great. That is great. Let's figure out what does bring you joy. What do you want to do? It just happened that they've always dreamed of working for one of their heroes, who I happen to be friends with. I actually met them here at Genius Network. I made a quick call and I got that person their dream job. Till this day, they still thank me. I now do this for every team member transition. Are there any team members that don't bring you joy, that could find joy at another job? My second example, who here hates working out? Okay, yeah, me too. I know it's hard to believe with this buff-ass body, but seriously, it brings me absolutely no joy, and I can't delegate it. So I had to reframe it. I decided to find an activity that I really love doing in order to motivate me to work out and really get better at it. That's when I discovered that I love rock climbing. In fact, I took 3rd place in a super intermediate climbing competition, which was one of the most joyful experiences I've ever had. Yeah. Is there any physical activity that does bring you joy? My third example. How many of you have daily chores that you hate doing? No, seriously, how many people? Okay, yeah, quite a few. For me, it's laundry. But I used to pick up that basket and load up the washer like I absolutely had to do it. You could try to delegate it to your spouse. I really, really wouldn't recommend it. I tried it, and I'm not sure our relationship is still recovered. But I do have someone who comes to the house. They do our laundry now, put it away, and even do other things around the house that I don't find joy in. And you know what? It's not super expensive. Is there anything in your daily life that you feel doesn't bring you joy that you can delegate? My fourth example. How many people here have someone in their life because they feel obligated to, or because they feel like they're supposed to? A brother, a parent, an old friend, or a business partner? For me, it was my dad. I tried my entire life to fix things with him. I had a lot of child protective services called on me as a child. It's safe to say that I did not have a great relationship with him. At first, I tried to delegate to a counselor. Didn't work. Then I decided to see if I could reframe it, and maybe I was the one who was the problem. But in the end, it brought me more joy to cut him out. Everyone says you have to fix a relationship with your parents. However, nobody tells you the joy of letting them go. Is there anyone in your life that would bring you joy to cut them out? My fifth and last example. My last example is a client. I'm sure we all have that. There was a client my company had when I was sick that really didn't bring me joy. They were late paying. They always complained. They were incredibly stressful. You know the type. However, they were a huge client. They were paying us over $500,000 a year. That client would always take credit for all the success, but would blame us for all the problems. I tried delegating to the team, and that definitely didn't bring them joy. Then I tried reframing it to thinking maybe we were the issue. But again, in the end, it was hard as hell to fire a client that's paying us over $500,000 a year. However, it bought me things that money can't. I bought my soul back. My team members got their faith back in me. I gained more happiness. And of course, it brought us a shitload more money. We filled this client spot with 3 other clients at the same price with the same amount of team members because good clients take less work. We tripled our profit from firing a single client. Are there any customers that don't bring you joy? The main point I want to drive home is to start eliminating or delegating things that don't bring you joy. When you walk out of here, just find one thing that you're currently doing and ask yourself, to be like my hero Marie Kondo, does this bring me joy? If it doesn't, ask yourself, is there a way for this to bring me joy? And if the answer is no, cut it out. And if you're feeling bold, do it again and again and again. Watch how your life transforms, your income increases, and you become more wealthy in time, happiness, freedom, and of course, money. All right, Joel, give it to me. Give it to me, buddy.
Do you feel joyful?
I feel very joyful.
Do you feel joyful?
Yes.
You get a can for that.
I've always wanted one. Thank you, Joel.
Well, you've got that.
Yeah.
How do you feel watching this, our virtual audience? There wasn't a sound in this room while James was talking. From the introduction to the closing, he had your full attention. Can anybody remember what he talked about? I know it's difficult. What were the 5 words? Let's say them. That's it. Is your message so clear that everybody gets it and will not forget it? This was a wonderful presentation. You spent a lot of time working on this. A lot of thought went into it. And this was a highly emotional subject to share this, that you're going to end your own life. But there were so many things that he did that you can be using too. He kept it simple. And he set it up from the introduction all the way through to 6 minutes and 24 seconds. He gave you the 5 words. But weren't you thinking about that for those previous 6 minutes? What are the 5 words? Are you setting it up where your audience is trying to figure out, I can't wait to hear what these are? That was such a great idea. The opening where he paused. This was an emotional thing. And it's good to pause. It got everybody's attention. And then when he told you his story, I mean, look at those numbers. $1 million. How many doctors?
164. Yeah.
164 doctors? You should have gone to Denise. Where is she? That's it. Right away, she would have helped you.
You did 1.
Okay. And 9,000 hours. Did that add credibility? Did the dates add credibility? Numbers add credibility. Use them in your message. It builds that credibility. And then the power word, torture chamber door. I didn't hear that one before. You added that. That was powerful.
Oh, yeah, I did, Joel. Yeah, I can't give you all my secrets.
Well,
you know?
let's go.
Yeah, come on, Joel. Yeah.
And then once he gave you the words, he started to smile more, and you giggled. There were 3 giggles during that story, and then at the end. And then he gave you 5 examples. Every one was relevant to you. Firing a person, getting rid of a client, doing chores that you don't want to do. Are you using examples that the audience can relate to? This was what made it so good. And hopefully, you will catch the message that your life should be happy. Every day should be a wonderful day. And this guy knows it because he almost ended it. Let's give him another hand and the joy. That was
Thank you,
great.
buddy.
Great.
Okay, I hope you found that video awesome and useful. So if you want to get a free copy of my book, I want you to click here. And if you want to watch some more videos that'll be useful and awesome, click here. Go ahead. They're over here. Do it now. Come on. Thank you. Watch them.